And we are live. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself, interchangeable. And we are here for the next installment of HoGaLe's. And it's going to be quite a juicy show tonight, ladies. You know, we could get some heat. Let's just see what happens. But talking of heat, I think we need it. Do you see, we're all kind of wrapped up here. It's all kind of chilly, but why are you wearing something, Lena?
Oh, I've got no idea. I can only put it down to climate change. Like this time of year, normally, when I grew up, which was before air conditioning, we would sit with wet towels around our neck. You'd sit with your feet in a bucket of water. It was primitive, but effective. But now I'm in long sleeves. What?
Wow.
I don't understand it.
So interesting. And Lady G, I understand you're going to be taking yourself off on a new road trip in a new vehicle. Is that the case? Could you elaborate further for us before we start?
I got a different vehicle, and I'm setting it up to go see how it works for car camping.
Wow. Great.
Because I get a lot better gas mileage with that. I love the van, but 15 miles a gallon is just, you can't go anywhere.
No.
So yeah, with this one, I get, in the high 40s.
Oh, that will change everything for you.
Yeah. So we'll see. And then it's a hybrid, so you can leave it on all night, either AC or heat. And so you have climate control. So that's why I got the vehicle I did.
Wow. Oh my God.
Bit of an upgrade. You said it's a new old car though, didn't you? So
yes, it's a new old car. It's not a new car.
No, I never buy. Well, I'm not buying cars at all anymore. But I never bought a new car. I mean, someone else's pain is your gain, is how I look at it.
Well, I think I got a good deal. It's a 2012 and 60,000 miles, which is nothing on this type of car. So
yeah, sure. No, that's good.
Yeah.
Hoagie, I noticed in the comments we forgot the bard last week.
Yes, the bard will be back, and the
bard will be back. We have to leave time for the bard.
Absolutely. And I've kind of, in terms of looking at the questions, but there was one person who I think will be interesting to ask the bard about. We'll see what people think. Could be a little bit controversial. We'll have to see. Interesting questions tonight, ladies.
Oh, goody.
Very interesting questions. So before just a little bit, please don't forget, of course, to like and subscribe and press the bell notification. If you'd like to subscribe to the ladies' channels as well, they're in the video description below. Also as well, happy Sunday to everyone. If you're joining us on a Sunday, which many of you do with your morning coffee and stuff like that. So big love, and thank you again for all the support and all of you guys turning up and supporting HoGaLe's and stuff like that. We really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Shall we start?
Absolutely.
All right, here we are. Now look, like most of these questions, ladies, I'm going to confess, they're just total cold reads for me. Most of them. I think one of them I know the person.
I like a cold read.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know anything about this. So this is a Senator Mendez question. Then we're going to be talking about the sun and downloads. We'll also be talking about Ivanka, Netanyahu, Gavin and Desantis, Canada, and the royal family, if we can squeeze it in. So, we'll see. So here, Ashley Song has asked, when will Senator Mendez of New Jersey get kicked out or impeached or whatever? He's a foreign agent and he is still chair of the National Foreign Committee. Aren't there national security issues with him in the Senate? Ladies, please let me know. I know nothing about this guy. Total cold read. What can you tell me?
He's a Dem. He's a Dem. And look, if they behave badly, the problem is once they start scratching the surface, like George Santos and something, you know, so many of them are compromised. But his case is blatant, as is the wife. So that's all I know about it, is he's been blatantly hand in the till, and yes.
Ooh, wow. God, he might be
What
worthy
will
of a
happen
Shakespeare
to him?
himself.
It's a good question. Bonjour, Shari. Bonjour from Cajun country. I love that. Oh, I can taste the crab. Oh, yeah.
Yes. All right, so let's see. So, yeah, let's read cards on him. Senator Mendez.
Yeah, what's going to happen with Menendez?
Yeah, what's going to happen with Mendez?
Right. And he's another one, like 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, he would have been embarrassed and resigned. Now no one resigns, you know.
Senator Mendez. Was this the one with the wife that was doing some trying to get people to vote a certain way? Is this or am I thinking of some other
I can't
scandal?
remember that, but I know the wife is a player in these nefarious dealings, but I don't know how or what or where. Oh yeah, someone says he was the one who he was found with all the gold bars stuffed into his bits and pieces.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right, Mendez.
Oh, sorry, Jane says here, Menendez has stepped down as the chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee. Okay, I didn't know that. But
right, okay.
Still not our question.
I can see that. I was going to say
right.
moving.
But I think he's still a senator. Is that right? Can people let us know? He's just resigned from that committee, but not from being a senator.
Right. Interesting. So who's ready to go first? Lady G, are you ready?
I'll go ahead. I know nothing about him, but it looks like he's trying to keep the lid on things, but things are being cut when it comes to his standing in the Senate. In the past, we had some sharing of what, I don't know, and now there are offers being made. Above it, though, we have the crushing wheel and also the wheel of karma of attempting to control. And I think this attempting to control is attempting to control the situation. The challenge is this moving forward rapidly, a lot of stuff up in the air when it comes to looking at his life, his choices, and there may be some documents somewhere coming up which could prove disadvantageous to him, let's say it that way.
Yes, got it.
Wow.
Well, Hoagie, like you, I got the Six of Swords, which we've now worked out represents him resigning from that committee.
Yeah.
But he's not going to go unless he's pushed. He's hanging in. He's going to die on the hill. If they don't actually get rid of him, he'll just hang in. Totally, you know, compromised. He's totally in bed with this stuff. His outcome is unclear. But I think you've got to be even-handed here. If you're getting rid of George Santos, time to clean house. Yeah. I think the Dems should step up.
Exactly.
Very interesting. Yeah, that's a really good point. We've got something starred here. Thank you so much, Nina Shuttle.
Thanks,
and
Nina.
that beautiful picture. Oh my God, look at that.
That is so cute.
Oh, that is one of the cutest pugs I've ever seen in my life. I mean, that's gorgeous. You see with the flowers. Thank you so much. But we're distracted by that amazing picture of the dog.
Yeah, totally.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to read my card and then we're going to talk about sunflares. I know it's a little bit different, isn't it? Talking about sunflares and stuff like this. So this guy, don't know anything about him, but, you know, I concur, you know, obviously with both the ladies. Look, wherever there's dirt, let's just sweep it up and get it out because it doesn't help anyone. And of course, you know, good that they got rid of Desantis. Oh no, what is he called? George Santos, sorry. Freudian slip.
Or whatever his
Really,
real name is.
Exactly. I mean, they finally kicked him out, but I always feel that he should have been arrested for crimes against fashion anyway. If you saw his drag act, it was dreadful. Dreadful. He wouldn't even make the audition line on RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm not joking. Anyway, I had a little Lena digression there. Forgive me. So look, here we are. Look, we get the Hierophant. Isn't this interesting? We're talking about a senator, government. So this is what the Hierophant represents, you know, people in authority, government or spiritual leaders, stuff like that. So there he is, you know, seeing himself in that position, well, which clearly he does occupy. So we see spirit is lending a hand. The obstacle position, oh, look, I think this is the wife.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what else can we say? So here we are. We have the senator. We have the wife, yeah, who's there helping out. But what we need to remember as well is that the Queen of Wands is very much about organizing things, getting people together. It's about passionate debate, discussion. She's like the hostess of the salon. Yeah, really is. And then she can see, you know, using her intuition and stuff like that. So, you know, the wife has obviously been doing her machinations in the background. Oh, of course, the Six of Swords has already exposed itself with a very concrete meaning. This is him trying to exit stage left. Obviously, everything's probably crashing around his head. And he's like, I need to get out of here. And why does he need to get out of here? Oh, looky here. Ace of maybe gold bars, anyone? Gold bars. I mean, you can't make it up. I mean, there it is, isn't it? So he's trying to get out of Dodge because some situation with money and what have you. But has he given up? No. He's probably going to use every tool he's got at his disposal to seemingly try and make amends. And this, I think, this retirement is so that he can basically try and manipulate the situation to keep himself in the job, because, you know, it's a cushy job at the end of the day. But he's not done yet, so he's going to be using his intelligence or the tools he has at his disposal to turn the situation to his advantage. Anything to add to that, ladies?
No. Well, Sharon in the comments said about George Santos, this is, it's okay. Santos can just return to his job with NASA.
Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm glad that chapter seems to have come to an end, because I mean, it was outrageous, and I think it was just embarrassing, the whole institution, wasn't it? It really was too much. Okay, are we ready for the next question?
Absolutely.
Okay, now this is a really interesting one. We've got some fascinating questions. Okay, this has come in from Pauline Zender. I hope I spelt that correctly. But she calls herself Polly. So hello, Polly. Thank you so much for your question. So she says, are the coronal mass ejection projections providing downloads? So I'll give my astrological response after the ladies.
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
So basically the sun is going through quite an active phase at the moment, and there's a lot of coronal mass ejections, and she's saying, are these associated with downloads, insights, spiritual insights, that kind of thing? Yeah, and then she goes on to say, Pat Donworth, forgive me, I don't know who that person is, but they're obviously knows some of these things, provides updates on Facebook each day. Last night, during the geomagnetics storming at 10:30 p.m. EST, I heard a loud tone in my left ear. It lasted for 14 minutes. I know these tones, but that's quite a long one. I felt led to shut down what I was doing and be silent. I felt it was important. Can the astrology pinpoint the solar flash and solar storms like this? Polly, so it's an astrological question, but let's ask the cards as well. What kind of downloads? What's the energy of these solar flares? And then I'll give my split.
Their role. Lady G, your earrings are being admired in the comments.
Thank
They
you.
are sensational.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Oh, like
They were
shimmering
asking me what kind of car I got, and that will be revealed on my channel very, very, very soon.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Sunflare.
Someone had a reading with you last week, Hogarth, and they said it was mind-blowing, fantastic. So there we go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, and I've still got my special offer on. 25% off. It's in the description, folks. I won't do a big plug on it. For those that are interested, go for it, but it's not going to last for much longer. Sunspots.
Corona energy. Ooh.
Be cool if some of us got the sun card, eh? That would really be something, wouldn't it?
Oh, that was funny. And I got a reversal.
Mike, wow, okay. Who's ready to go first? This is some very interesting cards.
There are interesting cards here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my first three cards are really quite dark. And then there's an energy shift, which I think is symbolic in itself. Yeah, you can
go for it, Lady G.
No,
wait.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, let Lena go. She's already going. Yes.
Yeah. Because we're programmed in a certain order. You know?
I shouldn't say that. Forgive me.
The first card was the Hermit. Love it. Reversed. So, secrecy and stuff being revealed. Wow. You know? Things that we think are private. It's like coming out of the cave. Okay. We've got the devil here, which in terms of this question is saying to me, we're chained to earth time, we're chained to this 3D dimension we're in, we're chained to our habits, you know, we're used to this being sort of this holding on, you know, isolation and holding on. And we're wondering why we don't feel fabulous, you know, with this Five of Cups. There's a sort of a lonely, isolated energy, right? So those were my first three cards. And then came the Enlightenment with these.
Oh, stop it. You didn't. Oh, my God.
I know. Okay. And that will be magnified by these astro things. So we're overdue. We're due for this enlightenment, and can you receive it? Hello. So opening yourself to the light and the wisdom. Yeah.
Wow. Lady G, what do you have? Well, which cards aren't the same as Lena's?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, mine's a little different. And for the one that was hearing the sound, you know, the internal sound, and that can be starting that awakening of the energy. If you're interested in that journey, you can read my book, Kundalini from Hell to Heaven. So
wow, what a title.
Brilliant.
Trust me, I walked it from hell to heaven. So at the center of it, we have the obstacles of what? Sometimes the stubborn mind. Wow. So you have the obstacles of the stubborn mind, but now we have some offerings in place. So going into it, we have the higher things going on, the star. And the key is, come back here. Don't take off on me. The key is, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're wanting to find? The wish fulfilling card. If you are in the spiritual search and going into that depth, this is a great time for it. So this is a time for endings of some of the drama, heavy drama that's been going on. It's also the wheel turning as well, endings, new beginnings. things are being offered out there to bring you into more knowledge. So I think at this time you could connect with sages and masters and things on the other side too for more complete downloads.
Oh, wow. Yeah, what a question, eh?
Yeah, great question.
Great question. And okay, I've pulled 5 cards, and 4 of them are major arcana. Yes, so let's just go.
Okay.
So with the ringing in the ears and with the solar things, so the sun, particularly in Vedic astrology, is associated with higher consciousness and stuff like that. It's considered, the highest, the purest planet. I get the ringing in the ears thing all the time, particularly if I have like a vision of the future, or a new idea comes to me, or some kind of revelation or truth. I get this high pitched, it's hard to describe it, this high pitched kind of like, which will last for a minute or two, not 14 minutes, but I'm used to it now, and I know it's a download. Anyway, first card I get, look at this, Judgment. It's like what, the ultimate wake up call, isn't it? This is really what this is, people resurrecting from the dead. So you can interpret that on one level of, yes, getting the downloads for higher consciousness, revelations, flashes of insight and stuff like that. So I think in terms of a general all around, this is what is happening, I think, to all of planet Earth, to be honest. We may not necessarily like the revelations, but they are coming nonetheless. So there's that. Then when I look at the next card, we get the Wheel of Fortune. So again, this is about what, a time where I think humanity is coming into a state of fate and destiny, where a lot of people wanting to embrace their true selves and their true lives and take literally their life into their own hands. Maybe they're not sure which way to turn, but they're getting these downloads that are giving them maybe some insights of some kind. When we look here in the middle, very interesting card, we get the 9 of Pentacles. And so this card, of course, is associated with wealth and prosperity and getting everything, having everything that you want. So I think the way I interpret this is, I think people are looking to gain insights into the journeys of their life where they can feel more abundant and prosperous. I think this is about leading to a greater sense of inner abundance, because if we look outside in the world right now, I don't know if everyone else has been feeling the same, but I've been feeling quite tired just with the overload of just everything. And so I think people are looking for inner abundance. And do you remember I said it wouldn't be interesting if we get the Sun card? Look what I picked. So here we are. This is the Sun listening in, going, yes, yes. This is good for us to be having this debate, but this is also talking as well about personal enlightenment, revelations, breakthroughs. Everything is clear by the brightness of sunlight. This is you can see the innocent child with the horse going forward. So when we put that all together, I think people are literally wanting to kind of rebirth themselves. Do you know what I mean? Wanting to rebirth into more abundance and enlightenment. But my last card, fascinating. And I got the Devil as well. And I think what this is talking about, what both the ladies were saying, this is about, if we're going to embrace these downloads, become more abundant, we have to let something go. We have to let go of certain attachments.
People do struggle with letting go.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's ironic, isn't it? Because we got one of the darkest cards and one of the brightest cards together.
Yeah. And it's both those things.
Yeah, both those things. So it's saying, yes, you can have the enlightenment, you can have that, but you're going to have to let go of something. So old emotional wounds, attachments, maybe fixed ways of thinking, maybe ways that one is perhaps feeling disempowered or trapped in a situation. I think this can also talk about debt as well. That's a huge problem. Because particularly here with this card, people are looking for that wealth and abundance within. So it's certainly possible, but it's also about letting go of old forms of thinking and ideas and concepts and embracing something new.
Totally.
Anything to add to that, ladies?
Thank you, Kia, for your donation. It's really appreciated.
Yeah. And so what I got from your last two cards was letting go of the toxic things that have kept you chained and going into that new birth, that higher awareness and new birth of light.
That sums it up really well.
Yeah, I'd agree. Fantastic question. That was a corker, I must say. I was like, wow. So Pauline, thank you. Great question. Great question, Polly. Are we ready for the next question, ladies?
That's so much higher than the political stuff.
Oh, yeah. That was really up there. And that's why I had to put that in. And just the cards just spoke very powerfully. Very powerfully. So thank you, Polly, for that and giving us something different to read on. Okay, so this is a Gavin Newsom and Desantis question. Let's see. So tribal woman. Oh, I know who you are now. Yes, tribal woman. I know who you are. So she says, hi, Hogarth and ladies. I would like to know why Gavin Newsom decided to debate Desantis if he's not running for president. What benefit was this debate for the people? She said, I got nothing out of it personally, but thank you. Peace out. What are your thoughts, ladies? I didn't see it. Did Gavin do well?
No, I didn't see it.
I heard a little bit of it, but you know who was moderating it?
No.
Who?
Tucker Carlson.
Oh.
Tucker with an F?
Yes, that one. Yes, the big F. So the big F was moderating it. So you can tell about how the questioning went and, I don't know why he would agree to do some sort of a debate when you have Tucker Carlson there moderating.
Although this is the thing, it's like Pete Buttigieg would go on Fox News, shouldn't be news, on Fox, and they'd get 1,000 phone calls after going, who was that lovely young man? No. And basically, as I understood it behind the scenes, the big Dems stopped him from going on. And he was saying, you've got to meet people where they are.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Hannity, not Carlson. I'm sorry.
Oh, Hannity. Yeah,
Hannity.
Same dimension.
Yes.
But that's my point. I think there should be more of this, talking to them in their space.
Yeah.
I think it could be helpful.
Who's ready to read first? Lena, you ready to go?
No, I haven't even started yet. Sorry. I was too busy digressing.
I'm still pulling my cards here as well.
Oh, go.
We could get emails, ladies. We could get emails. Let's see. Oh, this is. Oh, wow. All right. This is very interesting. Guys, you've given us some great questions tonight, and the cards are letting rip. All right. Oh, thank you, Michaela. Thank you. Thank you so much. Blessings. Thank you. And we're almost at 1,400 people. So again, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. We really appreciate it. So what's the context? So I'll just read it again. So I'm making sure I'm focused here. So hi there. So I would like to know why Gavin Newsom decided to debate Desantis if he's not running for president. What benefit was the debate for the people? I got nothing out of it personally. Thank you. So what I get here, the first card I get, look, it's the Ace of Pentacles. Now, do we take this at its face value as an obvious interpretation of being money, etc.? But let's not forget, as Lena is always reminding us, Pentacles also deal with values. Values. So I'm trying to think. Obviously, I've not seen it, and I've been too busy. But this, in terms of maybe from Gavin Newsom's point of view, he was trying to get some values across, or maybe contrast his values with that of Desantis, which we know has none. I literally have nothing good to say about Desantis. I think he's the most talentless politician and very just mean, just a very mean person. Anyway, so I think this is about values. Yes, there'll be an element of coin because people want to join in, but I think it's more about values on this one, particularly when you see the next card, which is the Two of Swords, which is about what? Making choices. So is it the case that Gavin wanted to put in front of people's eyes, people who may have been blindfolded, wanted to put in front of their eyes so they have to make a choice about values? That's how I'm interpreting that. Just giving the audience a different flavor, a different taste. And I happen to agree with Lena on this one. I think go where people are. I think that is very valid. So I think that's the second card is really feeding into that idea. If we look here, we got the Chariot. So I think this was about moving the debate forward in some kind of way, meeting people where they are in order to move an agenda forward with passion, with energy, with gusto. If we look here as well, we get the Emperor card. Now, could this be Desantis? So I think what I hope I didn't misspeak, but I think Newsom, I hope I used the name Newsom, is trying to contrast the values. I think this is Desantis's ambition to be in the top job. Yeah. So what I would understand, if it's from a Fox context, they might be still trying to present him as the leader. Yeah, maybe as a potential presidential candidate. But what could have also happened is if Newsom performed well, he could have looked like a potential candidate himself. Do you see?
Yeah.
It could mean both. But look at the outcome. 10 of Swords. Who got in the back? Who got defeated? So from what I understand, did Desantis crash and burn? I heard he's not very good at debates. Is that the case?
No, and that's what I heard afterwards too, that Newsom wiped the floor with him.
Yeah.
There you go then. There you go. So it could be his ideas of being the emperor have just been absolutely, you know what? You can see the card said it for itself, 10 of Swords. So interesting, quite layered, isn't it? Quite layered. All right, ladies, who's ready to go next?
I can go if you like. So virtually a parallel message. Pages are messengers, and a message again about values, reinforcing my point, because people are in echo chambers. It's really important to hear something else. I think he's planning to go for 2028. I think it's a deliberate decision not to go now, because who would want to be up there in 2024? Really? Who? You know,
good point.
I think this is deliberate. Oh, and it's an 8, 2028. Duh. Yeah. Not now. A 4, 2024 is like
the cards tonight. Wow.
He feels he's being called in the big picture. So he will wait, he will pounce. And going forward, I think he will make an impression. He could well do it in 2028.
Wow. Lady G, what do you have?
Well, a lot of it was on Biden, what Biden's doing for the economy, etc., what's being built. He was up there defending. One time, that he was saying, "Oh, Biden's so old," and Newsom said, "I'd take Biden at 100 years old, 10 times over you any day."
Oh, bless.
So yeah, but going into it, we have this kind of slow moving, eating away at this and looking towards his new action. What's he going to do? Trying to strengthen his position. So yeah, he was kind of challenging that and strengthening it, creating a new storyline, moving that to so that he can get to the perhaps White House. So he wanted people to maybe relax and rest into investigating deeper. So he could very well be setting up for a bid later
Yeah.
Clever. Wow. Gosh, the
And
questions.
Laurie says he gave to Satan a smackdown that Sean couldn't stop.
Yep.
Aha.
And Sean definitely, you know, tried to spin it every time to the Satan and stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Well, it seems like maybe it backfired a bit because, you know, Gavin Newsom, he's a clever guy. He's a clever guy. So before we move on, so thank you so much, Carly, for your donation, and someone has become a member as well. Thank you. Could it also include a future power play? What's that? Could it also include a future? Oh,
Kamala may quit, and maybe he could step in. I hadn't heard anything like that, though.
No, but I love the idea.
Yeah, but
interesting. Interesting. Right, let's see. So, ladies, are we ready for the next question?
Absolutely.
And I think this might be a candidate for Shakespeare. Could be a little bit controversial, but maybe not. Let's have a look. So this is coming from Nicola McClafferty. Thank you, Nicola, for your questions. And you often contribute to the show as well. And it's much appreciated. So Nicola says, looks like Netanyahu and intelligence in Israel knew of information of the attack by Hamas in advance. Now, this is what she said, and for entertainment purposes only. This is cold read. First I'm hearing this. Will this be his undoing? Very simple question. Ladies, do you want to discuss that or just start with the read straight away?
I won't discuss it, but I will read.
Now read.
All right, let's see. Because I've got no idea.
Yeah.
And I think we should do a Shakespeare on him, which is separate, which is not the people of Israel, anything like that, him. Because we can't say he's some sweet, innocent character. I think we can all agree on that. Interesting. Will this be his undoing? Was there, a jumper? Interesting, okay. The card jump out. Did he know in advance? Is that true?
Oh, I don't think that bit's up for dispute. There's no evidence that he did know, but they didn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So to me, the question is, will it be the end game for Netanyahu or not?
Yeah, fair enough. Wow. I mean, I had a feeling. I just kept it to myself at the time. The topic was just too red hot at that moment, but that confirms what my gut instinct was, my psychic hit. Who's ready to go?
Moi.
Okay, go for it.
Starts with the 10 of Cups. So it was his job to protect Israel, and that didn't happen. Multiple things going on for him at the moment. You can imagine you would not want to be in Netanyahu's shoes, regardless of what you think of the man. I think the stories are going to multiply with the Empress because it's inevitable after something as dramatic as this series of events. It takes time for the backstory to come out, and we will hear more and more about this. And all I will say is his outcome card is the Tower.
Wow. Wow. Lady G, what do you have?
Well, at the center of it, I have looking deeper, anchoring in at something that's being eaten away at. And I think that this, as more comes out, his drama will be eaten away. We have going into it, feeling a bit tied up, the people where they're living there. When it comes to his path going forward, we have that trying to charge forward, just making rash decisions. But a lot of people, I think, are just holding on to their own ideas about what happened. The challenge is the younger folk moving forward with the families, you know, taking charge. And at the end, we have trying to hold on through this dark time. It's going to be difficult. It's a difficult lesson that's going for Israel now, is what it is. What they have to come out of with this.
Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. And we've got over 1,500 of you now joining us. So thank you so much, guys. For the love and the support. We really appreciate it. And this is coming from Deborah Rose. She says, hope you'll check in with us from your gypsy travels. I live vicariously through you. Thought about living the gypsy life, then I had great grandchildren. Bless you.
And it's funny, we are all travelers.
Yeah.
You know, you're constantly on the road, Lady G. I take off whenever I can. Hogarth, I never know where he's going to answer the phone.
Exactly. Where? But no, I will be trying to upload things as I progress through there. I will be uploading some videos for people that like to travel vicariously.
Wonderful, wonderful. But yeah, it's true. We are all travelers, aren't we? We are. We can't seem to stay in the same place for too long. Itchy feet, folks. We get itchy feet. Yeah. So very interesting cards that I got. Now, this was the card that dropped out. So I think this is talking about Netanyahu's attitude towards himself, really, you know, and he is kind of this entrepreneurial, not in that obvious sense, because obviously this will be behind the scenes, but he is, he's a wheeler dealer, you know, who likes to make things happen, very passionate, very opinionated, as one would expect with the King of Wands. But to the reading proper, if we look here, how does this talk about his future? Look at the first card that comes up. So, you know, this has probably gone down like a cold cup of sick, because if he did know about this, you know, and didn't act on it, I think really this really has to be the ending in terms of no one being able to kind of trust him. I personally, even though it's a strong word to say, I've always believed he's been a bit of a psychopath, to be honest. That's the kind of thing a psychopath would do, you know. Let's see what emerges with time. But if it is true that he did know and let things happen, and it's just, this is heartbreaking as well, heartbreaking. Particularly as well, I would really feel as well for the people of Israel as well, because that's a deep, deep betrayal if this turns out to be more evidence to come. So let's see. If we see here, 5 of Wands, tremendous infighting. He's having all sorts of battles within his team, within his, you know, within the politics within Israel as well, because this is really quite the bombshell. The attack was terrible enough. The war was horrific. But then if it was known about, that is just, wow, I can't even find the language. But look, this is what he's having to deal with. The people around him, everyone pulling in different directions. Why? Because of this apparent abuse of power. Yeah. Here we are, 5 of Swords. So we see it here. The cards are just laying out the story right in front of us. I don't really need to add more to that. So I think the last 2 cards are talking about his state of mind. Here he is, because he is a survivor. Like I said, he and Dr. Range could sell lives to cats. Yeah. So he's going to what? He's going to dig down. He's going to dig deep, isn't he? He's going to try and use all of his usual strength and resources and all of that kind of stuff to potentially stay in power. The lion, after all, is an animal of what? Leadership. But does he have the self-control? The outcome card here. Now, often we refer to this as the Biden card, don't we? And in this context, this could maybe potentially be speaking about how much the US administration is prepared to support Israel as well going forward. There's been a lot of controversy. A lot of the young people in the States and around the world are expressing displeasure. This can also talk about potentially Netanyahu's emotional state as well. But I'm thinking it's a bit of both. I think this is talking about the administration, and he's wondering if he can still rely on America for support. That's how I'm interpreting that, in order to maintain his strength and his position. we'll have to see. But I think the first 3 cards are really reading the story quite large, aren't they? Anything to add to that, ladies, before we ask Shakespeare?
I'd like to thank Tara here for her donation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tara.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's fling that up on the screen as well. Thank you so much. It's really appreciated. It's really appreciated. And it's shared with the ladies as well, just so you know. Okay. Shall we ask Shakespeare's opinion on Netanyahu? Or is that a bridge too far?
No, for me. It's not funny. Okay, the situation's not funny.
You're actually right. Yeah, you're right. Actually, I think that's a fair point. It's not funny. We have to. This is really bad. If this is true and he knew about it, this is really, really bad. But let's see what comes out in the wash. But great question nonetheless. Great question.
So Foggy, you were the first donor tonight. Thanks so much. Foggy's been with us forever.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a diamond. She's absolute diamond. Did I click her up? I think I clicked her up. Where's Foggy? Yeah. There you are.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you,
Foggy.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. All right. Let's look at question. Let's see. Question number 5. Oh, this is a Canada question. Again, it's a cold read. Let's just see. As you know, guys, we just read the questions and we just pull the cards. It's as simple as that. And after this, we'll do an Ivanka question. And if we've got time, maybe a royal family one, but we're going to do Ivanka. All right. So this is coming from Dirt Farming. I think she may have asked questions before. Anyway, she says, love and light to Hogarth and the ladies. Yes, you will need a break and rest after the year's been so strange. Yeah, I think we all need a rest. My question is about a petition in Canada, which is still being signed till December 24th, 2023. Do you know about this, ladies? A petition in Canada? Cold read, folks, cold read. I was wondering if it would make a difference for Canadians and maybe the energies change in favor of the Canadian, this is quite a long question, of the Canadian taxpayers to have an election to start changing things. So Canadians will have more support and our government, and she's basically talking about food, housing and jobs. It's quite a long question here. Maybe a slower transition to green, but one that helps people out, but continues to help the planet in a more common sense way. That's what she's saying. And then she apologized for the question being so long. Shall we just pull the cards and see what it has to say?
I'm not sure.
I don't know how to form that into a question.
Yeah.
One card pull? Just
one card pull.
Let's do one card pull about the petition or
what's coming up for Canada.
Yeah, what's coming up for Canada? The vibe on Canada at the end of the year, New Year. Let's see.
There we are.
One card
Let's
pull.
do that. Let's do
and
that.
thank you, Kathleen. That's very generous. Thank you.
Oh, is that another donation? Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
So we're going to do one card pull. All right. Let's
one
do
card pull for Canada.
For Canada. Let's see. Sometimes the one card pulls are even more profound. Let's see what happens.
Thank you, Hankala.
All right. After 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, what have we got?
Ooh.
What have you got? I can't see your card, Hogarth. It's too shiny. What is it?
Sorry. I've got the Knight of Wands.
Okay. So for me, this is the 9 of Pentacles. To me, it's reassuring. I hope it's right. For Canada, in the sense you've gone through a tough time since Steve Harper and all that. And let's rip up Canada and mine everywhere and do everything. And you've had your share of Canadian MAGAs. But this card is twofold. I think on the one hand, it'll be all right in the big picture with this card, but we forget sometimes with the 9 of Pentacles, the person, the figure here, the robes can be a bit big. So
Oh.
sometimes people can be a little bit out of their depth here, that you're used to being able to trust a certain system and trust that people are fundamentally decent and trust that people will think in a way that benefits most when we're going backwards as humans in many ways. So I think it's a two-edged thing with this, but it's not a card of crisis.
Yeah, I'm getting the two-edged as well. You know, it could be starting to look deeper into things, but it also could be people having to find their way and feeling like, you know, they have to dig deep on their own as well.
Yeah.
It could go either way.
Wow, so interesting. And we've got 1600 now. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I've got so I think I'm just going to say what I sense. There is some kind of internal insurgence that seems to be happening in Canada somewhere. Do you know what I mean? I'm just intuitively tuning into the card. Look, we've got the Knight of Wands rearing up. Wands are all about heat, passion, desire, wanting to move forward. The hooves are off the ground. So there seems to be kind of a tension between ideologies and ideas and this kind of rearing up. So do you see, like, with Lady G's card, hers is reflective. Maybe part of the Canadian populace is reflecting on its future, trying to make a decision. And then I interpret Lena's card as that can maybe be more of the establishment in terms of the sanity that we're used to associating with Canada, wealth and prosperity. But yet there's this energy here as well. And the cards are really quite separate. Normally they harmonize together.
Yes, we normally go, this is
normally
difficult.
They all speak. So this says to me, I think there's quite a lot of division within Canada. It seems the energy to me when I tune in is discombobulated, because most of the times when we do a one card pull, all the cards will say the same thing. They're all saying something different tonight. So I think that's different energies within Canada. Would you echo that, ladies?
Yeah. Good luck, Canada.
Yeah.
We're bonded by each being Commonwealth countries. So, you know, Canadians and Australians.
Get that one, of course. And thank you so much, Kathleen, for your donation. Thank you. And Kay Honkala as well. Thank you so much.
Kala.
Okay, so we did that. Right, let's discuss Madame Ivanka. And this is a juicy question, this one as well. All right. So this is coming from Sarah Hellis. She says, "Hi, Hogarth and ladies. It has recently been suggested that some nefarious right-wing group has offered Ivanka a ton of money to testify honestly about her father, with the hope that once 45 is convicted, those higher up, as in the puppet masters, will remain anonymous. What do you see? What do you think about that question? That's quite an interesting one. Have you heard anything about this?
I don't quite get the connection. Can you read it again?
Yeah, I think they're trying to say that basically higher ups, people who may be the puppet masters of certain things, are essentially wanting to bribe Ivanka to basically throw her dad under the bus so that they don't get sucked into the maelstrom. I think that's what she was trying to say. But I'll read it again. It has recently been suggested, again, it's a cold read, guys. We don't know anything about this. It has recently been suggested that some nefarious right-wing group has offered Ivanka a ton of money to testify honestly about her father, with the hope that once 45 is convicted, those higher up, as in the puppet masters, will remain anonymous.
Okay, I sort of get it now. Yeah. So they'd rather he went and they kept control. Okay, can we simplify it? Has anyone approached Ivanka to bribe her?
There we are. There we are.
Has she been bribed by powerful lobby?
Perfect. Has she been bribed or been approached? That's
Or been approached.
That,
Has she been approached?
Has she been approached or bribed?
Powerful lobby.
Madame Ivanka.
I thought you were going to say by the white supremacist because she's the blonde poster girl.
Well, let's see if the 9 of Pentacles turns up. That would be an interesting one, wouldn't it? That can talk about bribery.
I'll tell you what has turned up.
Oh.
Oh, I see.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's ready to go?
Thank you, Connie, for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
First
absolutely.
card. First card, the Devil, followed by the Ace of Cups. Yes, I think she's been approached. Right. You know, come on board with us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she agreed. This is passive. Probably not because she wanted to defend Daddy, probably because they didn't offer enough money. But, oh, jaundice, sorry. But I'd say she rejected the offer. But along comes the Biden card. So it's like on some level, if this all happened, it would work well for the Democrats, and she doesn't want that to happen or something. You know, there's some benefit here for the Dems, and I don't think this is a well thought through extortion. You know? So I think yes, and she said no. But that's just me.
Lady G, what do you have?
Well, at the center of it, we have, you know, she could be pregnant with what she knows, but we're looking at the history and the things that happened in the White House. And also, you know, she knows what goes on with Daddy Dearest all the time. So going into it, it's what she's holding on to. But what we have now is all this stuff up in the air. Above it, we have the future, what's happening with the future, and that's key. So, yes, she has been approached. The challenge is, like she said, did she get enough money for it to hold on to her thoughts and what she would do? But there's an obstacle when it comes to the darker conversations. So I agree with Lena. Yeah, she was approached, but I don't think she's getting enough out of it to do that.
Wow, fascinating. And someone's just here, Sharon, thank you, says, remember to give a thumbs up, everyone. Much appreciated. Do you know what? I've got similar cards as well. I'm just going to let rip. For me, it's almost hilarious, and it's just so kind of clear. But if we look here, first card I get is the Tower. So I think she was approached, but I think she realized if she obeyed or acquiesced, it would be absolute dynamite. Absolute dynamite. It would just blow the whole tower down and potentially her tower as well. Or it could also mean that, yes, she's approached, and obviously we know she's got this devastating stuff that we know Ivanka knows, but this is talking real hot potato stuff. If we look here, look, we get the card of collaboration, coordinating, pooling resources, working with others. This can also talk as well about shadow money as well. So was she approached? Yeah, I think she was. Someone is wanting to collaborate with her, team with her, or maybe they want to back her for a future campaign or something like that. You never know.
Please don't finish the sentence.
No.
I'm just saying. But I mean, look, we know this is the card of collaboration, no? What a reaction. 6 of Cups, yes.
Yeah.
Hoagie,
nostalgia, a sense of
a pox on you.
But I mean, look, but this can also talk about
absolutely
lineage, isn't it? Look, you see, family lineage, nostalgia, blah, blah, blah. Ivanka, come on. You can do it. You've been in that position of power before. Yeah, you could shake things up. Anyways, but she's standing there and she's like, show me the money. Yeah, isn't it interesting? Here she is, the wealthy lady, yeah, who has everything that she needs, because let's not forget, she and the hubby have got 2 billion down the back of the sofa from the Saudis. So, you know, she's going to need quite a bit of money to be convinced to, you know, do their bidding. So in a way, the irony is that she's, at least at the moment, she's almost a bit too rich to be able to corrupt her with money. Isn't that ironic?
That's right.
Isn't that ironic? But there it is. We both got the card. And of course, what is she doing? She's prospecting. She's looking out to her future, waiting for her ships to come in, wondering which part of the world she's going to live in when it all hits the fan. If daddy is eventually, as we hope, thrown into jail or thrown under the bus. Or maybe this is actually her making a lot of international plans, perhaps for daddy or herself. Either way, though, she is wealthy enough, as Mole Flanders would say, to look about her.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we're getting calls for the bard. So shall we do the bard on Ivanka? I think we did months ago, but let's do
the bard on Ivanka, and then we'll close the show. So who went last time? It was so long ago. Who went last time?
Lena's turn.
Yeah, I think it's you, Lena. All right, let me just get to the right pages where I don't get.
So we've got to allow for gender with these because they're usually referring to men. So we'll be gender non-specific.
Gender non-specific. All right, tell me when to stop, Lena, and then we'll see what the bard thinks of Ivanka.
Ready, stop.
Wait, let's see. Oh no, that's been read before.
Do you want to do it again?
Oh, yeah, let's do it again because it was some pages that came before, but quite interesting. Okay, there we are. All right. Tell me when to stop and then.
And stop.
Oh, interesting. All right, it says here, the motions of his spirit are as dull as night. Yeah, and that's from the Merchant of Venice. And then the other one is from Hamlet, and it says, take you me for a sponge.
So I think it's perfect. Is there anyone more shallow than Ivanka? And we can throw that out as a challenge. I think that's what it's about.
Isn't that interesting? Because like the motions of his spirit, or let's say her, the motions of her spirit are as dull as night, the Merchant of Venice. But then the other one is like, take you me for a sponge. So it's almost like, do you think we're stupid? We know you know a lot of stuff and you're just playing, oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, exactly. Shallow as. I think that sort of nails her, really.
Yeah.
That first one, it implies there's no spiritual depth to this woman.
No, there's no light.
None.
Yeah. The motions of her spirit are as dull as night.
Yeah. No, sorry, I have to share this comment. For those of you who remember Seinfeld, right? She's having a this is Arlene. You're having a flashback Seinfeld moment with Elaine. Were any new boyfriends sponge worthy? And that's because of the contraceptive sponge that was available at that time. Terrible and unreliable. But I love the sponge worthy. Thank you for that association, Arlene.
Brilliant. That was very interesting. As we see, folks, the bard strikes again. And I think he's really summed up her character on this one. I think he's really got to her character, that, you know, that disingenuous, you know, you take me for a sponge. Yeah, fascinating.
Nothing going on here. Yeah,
very interesting. But as we can see, we've run over So we have to bring the show to a close. Thank you, everyone, for your questions. Very interesting questions and cards tonight. We really were on our toes. And so thank you very much, everyone, for that. Please don't forget, of course, to like and subscribe to support HoGaLe's.
Yeah.
And see you next
subscribe
week.
to the ladies' channels as well, and they're in the video description. We will see you next. We had a lot of fun with you. Happy Sunday. Yeah, we'll see you next week, and goodbye for now, everyone. Mwah! Big kiss, big love, and keep going forward. You know, we're going to get there. All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah.